it's Lisa. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be making a card with this brand new die set from the Stamps of Life. It will make a sun-shaped card. So it's the Sun Fold It, and it comes with 4 dies. So you have this die, which is your layering piece, which will give you your sun rays. And I'm just going to show you, I've already done some die cutting, so I'm going to show you what each one of these pieces cuts out. So this die will cut out, and I cut this out of pattern paper, so you can see what that looks like. You can do solid cardstock, pattern paper, whatever you choose, and that is your top layering piece. And then you have this die, which cuts out this I die cut out of some banana cardstock. So when these are layered on, and it's gonna look like this. So you just have some contrasting colors in the background. And then you have this die, which is the largest die in the set. This is the shadow, and I die cut that out of some marigold cardstock, which is a kind of like a light orange color, and that's gonna layer on in the back. This die will also make your shaped card, and we'll do that in just a little bit. But first I wanna go ahead and put this sun together. So then you have this die, and this die will cut out a swirl just like this if you cut it out by itself, and you can layer that right in the middle. Now, if you decide to take this die and lay it in like this and then run it through the die cut machine, you're gonna get this. And what this is 2 parts. So you not only have the swirl, but you also have the outside. So you have the inside and outside. So you have this piece and you have this piece. You really can choose how you want to do it. If you want to just lay that piece in there, or if you just want to lay that piece in there, or maybe you want to die cut this piece, the outer piece, and then put this piece in a different color, you can do that. So however you want to do that, you can totally customize this. I can also see these. When I saw this, I'm like, ooh, that looks like a lollipop. So maybe you can, put a little stick there on the end and make that into a little swirl lollipop. I think that would be super, super duper cute. You can probably layer these in different colors and then make that a fun lollipop. I think that would be adorable. Or you can just use these as a background on maybe a card as just a little swirl, or these pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this card together with the pieces that I've die cut. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I have some banana ink, and I'm just going to ink up the edges of only this pattern paper. I'm not gonna worry about the bottom, and just be super careful when you're doing this. These pieces, obviously, as you can see, they are pretty fragile, I should say, because if you're too rough with them, they will break because they're only connected by this little ring here. So just be careful. Don't be too rough when you're doing your inking up your edges. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the back of this and add it to my banana cardstock layer. Okay, and then I'm going to add this one to the marigold shadow. And I'm gonna now use my marigold ink, and I'm gonna use this outer swirl for the inside. So I'm just gonna add some ink to the edges of this. I'm gonna try and get on the inside here and add some ink to the inside of the swirl. Not that you're gonna see it, because you know me, I always like to take these cards up a notch. So I'm not just gonna leave the sun just like this. I'm gonna add some other things to the top of this, which you'll see in just a minute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some glue. You probably would wanna put some double-sided adhesive tape before running this piece through the die cut machine if you don't have a fine tip glue. So there is the sun. So if you wanted to leave it like that, you can. You totally can use this maybe on the front of a card or as a card itself, which I'll show you how to do that a little bit later. Or you can use this on a scrapbook page. But isn't that cute? You can customize it whatever colors you want to customize it. And I'm gonna go ahead and customize this a little bit further. I have decided I want to use my sunglass dies. This came out last summer. It's the sunglass set from the Stamps of Life. And that is called Sunglasses to Stamp. So I'm going to use the large sunglasses. I'm not using the stamp itself. I'm actually just using the die. And what I've done is I die cut some ocean cardstock for the frame of my sunglasses. And then I took the same die and die cut some black cardstock for the lenses. So the lenses, you can see, will go right inside there, but I want to have some words on there. So the stamp set has some fun sentiments: fun in the sun, vacay mode, happy birthday, summer vibes, and these will fit within the lenses. So I'm going to go ahead and use the summer vibes, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to take my powder tool and I'm just going to put some powder on here just so that the embossing powder does not stick where I don't want it to stick. And I'm going to go ahead and ink these up. Make sure that your lenses are in the right order, because you don't want it to accidentally say Vibes Summer. So just make sure that you're stamping on the correct lens. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some embossing powder on here. And then I'm going to take my heat tool and set this. So you can see how that white embossing powder, it just makes the text just come alive. It's very vibrant. Now before I add those to my card, I'm gonna go ahead and create my card base. So I'm just taking a piece of the white cardstock. This is the powdered sugar cardstock from the Stamps of Life. And I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm just going to use my bone folder to smooth that down. And it will tell you where to place the fold. So on the die, it'll say place fold here or place fold here. So this would be the top of the die and this would be the side. So you need to decide if you want your sun to open from the top or if you want it to open from the side. I think I'm gonna go ahead and open mine from the side. So I'm gonna place my die on my cardstock with a little bit of the edge hanging off. So I have the fold in the cardstock immediately to the right of that die, and I'm going to hold down that die to the cardstock with a piece of washi tape and run that through my die cutting machine. So when that comes out of the die cutting machine, here is the card base, and you can see how it opens from the side. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop my sun on here. So the reason why I wanted to put this on here before I add the sunglasses is because if I just look at this die, I'm not going to know which is the top and which part's on the side. So if I accidentally put my sunglasses on here the wrong direction, then might have an issue when I actually put it on the card base. It might be going in a different direction. So that's why I chose to do it that way. So now I'm going to go ahead and match that up with the card base, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and I'll put some glue on the back and attach that to the card base. So there is the card. If you wanted to leave it like that or just add a sentiment to it, you can. But as I said, we're adding the sunglasses to the top of this. So I think what I'm gonna start out doing is just putting some ink along the edges of the sunglasses just to add some dimension and texture to them. And then I need to get the little black accent pieces and add those to the sunglasses as well. So I'm just taking my ocean ink and just adding some ink along the edges. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I wanna put this at a diagonal. So now I'm gonna add these lenses to my sunglasses. And they just pop right inside because they were cut with the same die, so they fit perfectly. I love this set. Guys, I have a video. I have several videos on my YouTube channel where I worked with this set. So if you like the sunglasses set, I will link those videos down below so you can take a look at those. I have some with the club set and then some with the card kit, which also had the sunglasses. So it'll give you a lot of sunglass ideas, but I love these sunglasses with the sun. I think that's super, super duper cute. Isn't that cute? Summer vibes. So I went ahead and die cut there. In the die set, there's this little die that has these little accent pieces. And I just put some double-sided adhesive on that cardstock before running it through my die cut machine. That way it's already sticky. And I'm just gonna add these little accent pieces to the side of the sunglasses. Isn't that super cute? So there is the card. If you wanted to put something on the inside, you can, but it says Summer Vibes. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, and be sure to subscribe for more card making tutorials. Have a great day. Bye-bye.